Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are here with Clash Royale. So I'm bringing to you guys today a deck that I've been working on over the last couple weeks. Specifically since the balance change, I took time to analyze the meta, analyze the four most popular archetypes right now, and I came up with this. So let's check it out. Okay, so the deck that we decided to use consists of the Pekka, the Knight, the Bats, the Guards, Electro Wizard, Minor Poison, which you guys already know is super hot right now, and a Zap. And I'll explain my thought process into why I use these cards, especially the Bats and the Guards, right? Those are two cards that before weren't even thought of being used. And if you see that I have them at low levels, I have not leveled them up. I got the Bats up to 10, but I ran out of gold. And the Guards are still at level 4. But they still did a great job in the current meta. And we'll show you some highlights in Hog Mountain. As always, when I make a deck video, creating and mixing and matching, I tend to fall trophies. Folks, it's not intentional. It's not something I want to do. However, it's always good to see how it push back up with the card. So it shows you that the decks can win and get you into Legendary Arena, which I think is something that a lot of people are trying to do still. All right, so let's go into the replays, and you guys will see how awesome this deck is. All right, so first replay against another level 12. So that, eliminates that concern that I'm fighting players that are under-leveled. It's not happening. There are some folks that fall below also. It happens. Especially when you're trying to figure out the meta and you're creating decks. Alright, so they're going with the Mega Minion on the left. Already they're dropping a Golem, so we can have an idea of the type of cards they will use. So we're going to drop our Pekka on the left-hand side so that I can focus on that Golem. While the Knight, we'll just take out one Skelly at a time from that Tombstone. They drop down the Goblin Gang, so now we have an idea of what they have. We'll use the Electro Wizard to kind of shock up the Golem. It gives us a little bit more time to finish up with the Pekka and the Bat. So now that we see that they have a Furnace, we're going to bring in the Guards as well. Try to, give the Pekka a little bit of a tank. We'll throw the Miner right in front of that Pekka. Since all of the defense is focusing on the Miner, it gives the Pekka a little bit more time to progress. We'll drop down the Poison Spell, and then we might be able to get a hit in. So basically works like that. So there's two ways to use the deck, right? You can use the Miner as a tank for the Pekka, and then drop the Poison for the Pekka to attack and beat down. Or you can actually do the reverse. So as soon as the Pekka reaches the bridge, throw your Miner in, and then the Poison, so that the Miner and the Poison will work while the Pekka is tanking all the hits. And you see that we have the Knights in this deck for the simple fact that the Elite Barbarians are making a comeback in the meta. I've been seeing them a whole lot, especially in Hog Mountain. They're coming back. So I think the Knight needs to be in decks again. But I think combining it with the Bats, it's a real good combination. It also gives you a chance to attack whatever else is coming along. Because a lot of times it's either going to be a Hog, a Bandit. There's a lot of ground troops being used. And it works really well against the X-Bow as well. So you see how the Poison in the Miner is working, and that Pekka was able to move up with no problem. So that was a good job with that Mega Minion. That's also another card that I think is coming back. Meta Minion is back, I think. And if you want to substitute the Guards for the Mega Minion, that's fine as well. I prefer the Guards for the simple fact that Lightning is also making a return. So if you have the Guards with a bunch of other cards in there, the Guards will survive the hit or they'll absorb it. And they survive arrows. I think the Guards are very underrated in this game. And I actually want to get them up to level 6 so that I can be on par with the right levels. So now that the opponent is focusing on my Pekka, I'm rolling on the other side with the Pekka Miner Electro Wizard Poison combo. That tower is done. And we got that match. Alright, so now we're going to go into another highlight. This one here is against a Hog Rider deck with the Pekka. This is another popular deck right now, especially with the Baby Dragon, Executioner, Tornado. I mean, you guys already know the deal. This is a hot deck. I believe it also has Lightning also. I've seen some variations with the Lightning. So right away, they dropped their Pekka. We have a lot of cards that can defend against it. I think especially with the Night Witch getting nerfed, the combination of the Knight with the bats is pretty good. So we did a pretty good job. We did a lot of damage against that Pekka. So there goes the Hog Rider. We'll drop down our Pekka now. We'll take out the Hog Rider fast. We took out their Pekka. And we just got to worry about that Baby Dragon, which when you got a tanky Pekka, it can take hits. We'll drop the Miner in front. So now the Miner is tanking for the Pekka while the bats are moving up and the Pekka is going to start slamming. We'll take the tower. Notice we're not going to throw anything else down on that side because we have enough of that push being destroyed by the Executioner. So no point of wasting elixir and over, committing to that side. Now we'll drop the guards. They take out the Executioner with no problem, and they survive the axe. So now they're being very aggressive with that Pekka. That's fine because we were able to cycle ours back, take it out with no problem. So it's very important to understand what decks you're going against. So if you're going against a Pekka deck, save your Pekka for the Pekka. If you're going against a Golem, save that Pekka for the Golem. Now, if you're going against a X-Bow, you can use the Golem, the Pekka to block that path and retarget the X-Bow onto the Pekka, obviously before it starts targeting on the tower, and use that to stack up and take out the X-Bow along with anything else that will be coming along, which a lot of times are very cheap cycle cards. So you already know that the Pekka can take out the X-Bow. It will be able to take out the Knight that is usually in the X-Bow deck. The only thing you will need to worry about is the Fire Spirits or Ice Spirits, which your Electro Wizard can take that out. Or even the Bats can take out, maybe the Ice Spirits, not the Fire Spirits. But you guys are understanding what I'm saying, that it can counter those scenarios as well. So again, Miner in front, we're tanking. We don't even need to pay attention to that Hog Rider because we got so much stacked on the top. But with the Knight, you have that option to be able to attack it with no problem. You guys already know it plays well against the Elite Barbarians. I mean, folks, what more can you say? Alright, so now this replay here, I'm going to show you guys what not to do with the deck. This is when I was first using it, trying to get comfortable with the whole Miner poison idea and implementing it into the rest of the deck. And folks, I made some really bad moves, but I want to show you guys because I think it's important. So the first thing is, Miner poison does not mean you need to do Miner poison. You're not going to do a lot of damage. You're going to limit yourself on the output that you can do. We only did about 500 damage there. Yeah, it's okay, but if you're using 7 elixir, you kind of want to get more damage done, I think, especially when you started a match, because look how you leave yourself exposed. I left myself exposed to the Valk, minions, and rage combo, which is nasty. Also, notice here, I threw the Miner and the Pekka over there without having the poison in the cycle. So folks, it's very important to understand that when you're working with an archetype, a win condition, you got to stick to that foundation. Right, you can switch and vary it a little bit like we did there. We got lucky. We were able to take out the tower. So fortunately, the mistake wasn't that bad. But look how it leaves us exposed to a level 9 giant. Luckily, we had the guards in the rotation. But you understand, a mistake can really hurt you. And especially against with a giant, a level 9 giant can't take out your tower. So there's just things to remember. So the idea with this deck, Pekka at the bridge, throw in your Miner. As soon as that Miner hits, drop the poison. Bomb. Almost guaranteed to get the tower. Now, the reason why I got the Zap in this deck, obviously, is for those minions. Goblin Gang, Skeleton Army, which is making a comeback as well. So that's why I think it pairs well against everything, because if you don't have the zap, desperate times, you can use the poison defensively as well. Alright, so now they're going with the giant, and they have a wizard. That's a nasty combination. It's very old school, but it is very effective. Because the wizard, I think, is finally getting some value. I think for a 5 elixir card, he has to be one of the worst as far as value. But now with the meta, he's actually pretty good when you stack him. So you see right there, we used the poison to our advantage. Pekka was able to take out the tower, and we supported with the Electro Wizard. So they took out the tower because, unfortunately, we played very bad in the beginning, and we gave up a lot of elixir advantages to the opponent. But now, because they drop a rocket on the tower, it opened up an opportunity for us to push a little bit harder. So we'll use the Knight, we'll use the Pekka, we got the E-Wiz rocking, and we're going to get that tower. And a few seconds later, if we didn't, the miner would have did it for us. And if we would have got a poison in rotation, then you guys already know it's getting dirty. So that's it, folks. I really appreciate all the support always. For those of you first time checking me out, definitely drop the subscribe button, hit it, smack it, do whatever you need to do. But you will get future updates for Clash Royale, and you will also get some deck videos that will also be on my proud partner's website, Clash Royalepedia. So if you watch my deck, and maybe I won't do the best job explaining it. I think I do, but sometimes you need a different twist. Sometimes you need to read about it. They also do a deck analysis with screenshots and a breakdown of each card, what purpose they serve in a deck. So they do a great job of complimenting my videos, and vice versa. I compliment whatever update videos they do as well. So be sure to check them out. I'll drop the link in the description. It'll take you directly to their site and navigate on there. A lot of awesome stuff on Clash Royalepedia. Those guys work hard every day putting out Clash Royale content. And for my returning subs, you guys already know the nation is real. DRL Nation would not be the same without you guys, because we are a group of legends making up the real legend of gaming for you guys. All right, so peace out. Adios.